Alright, so it's good to be back. Wow, it's been a whole 6 weeks since the last time I did the show. It seems like only yesterday I said, just do what you do, and I'll keep you posted, and then I kept you hanging for a month. Isn't reminiscing great? Okay, so anyway, I think it's only appropriate to address the elephant in the room here. What are the changes that I was talking about last month? Well, if we can be just complicated for a second, I would just say that the changes, they don't affect the show at all. They're more pre-production priorities that I'm working on. You know, making sure the show doesn't come out on Saturdays anymore. But to simply put it down. What is this? A track on my self-titled album? Yeah. Put it down. Sorry, that was distracting. So to simply put it, think about it as Apple releasing a new product. The developers will tell you all this awesome stuff, all these new features. But we as the consumers, we see no difference. We just see a distraction. And that's what the Rob Rodriguez show is. Like, you could be watching anything else, you know, like the game stats, America's Got Talent videos, these videos that are trolling on your Facebook feed. Yeah, basically the Rob Rodriguez show is right under there with watching paint dry. But you know what? It's good that you took a break from your cat videos to watch some guy with glasses talk about life and pop culture. That's right, the Rob Rodriguez show continues its legacy of being confusing first and sixth letter of the alphabet. Let's start the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, see, I got to thinking, when you're a fan of something, you don't care how much it changes, until the changes are so severe that it becomes laughable. Good thing about this very format that I created 2.5 years ago, nothing's too laughable here, so you should be good. So, you know, I collect movies, right? And every once in a while, if I haven't seen something and it's caught my eye, I make the mistake of checking Rotten Tomatoes and Common Sense Media to see what other people thought of it. Now, usually that's a very inaccurate source, almost like a last resort, like your last day at Disney World, Disney parks. Yeah, the last thing you do probably is, you know, go to Animal Kingdom or something. And anyway, so you take these people's word for it until you actually see the thing for yourself, and you're like, I have to disagree with what you said. I mean, like, I didn't see that the way you said it. And that's when I realized I'm guilty of it. Everybody's guilty of it. It's like the world needs a 24-hour complaint department, don't they? I mean, think of this figurative complaint department as, I don't know, the DMV or something. You have to pick a number, right? And then you're just sitting in what I like to call purgatory for such a long amount of time. And if you know anything about sitting at the tax collector's office or the DMV, just sitting there, well, I guess my kid can just sit in aftercare while I try to speak my mind about that toaster that didn't work when I bought it. Oh, what are you here for? I got size 12s when I'm actually a size 14. I just really like that design. Preach, brother. Most of you will know what I'm talking about if you're around the elderly a lot. They'll complain about anything, and then you can just say something, and then it's all wiped out for them. Think about it. Oh, this salad isn't Mandarin, it's garden. I asked for Caesar. Grandpa, you asked for a cheeseburger and they gave you the wrong thing. You picked up the wrong bag. Oh, but I do have to say kudos to those who are experienced in a customer service job. I mean the people who actually have to sit at the desk. I mean, all day you have to hear people complaining about losing their receipt or something. I'm sorry, why are you yelling at me for losing your receipt? You should be talking to the greeter who stopped you at the door for not having your receipt. Well, we have a lot more show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. So believe it or not, we as people invest our time in certain niches. Niche. You know how it's spelled, but I can't pronounce things. So I firmly believe that if we work hard enough, dig deep enough, and really work at it, we can make stuff happen. If we actually believe, as I like to put it. But in the meantime, we're just really interested in stuff and taking it seriously. Like, believe it or not, even if you didn't take school seriously, you still know what a noun is if you're part of a fandom. Like, you have a favorite person, place, or thing. In fact, I like to keep a little black book with me that the items inside are my favorite who, what, when, where, and why. Yes, we set goals, like some that are way higher than our standards. Like, you know how much money it costs to climb Mount Everest and live? Yeah, I hope your license doesn't say organ donor, because what if you survived? Yeah, that sort of reminds me of when the Magic School Bus, when Arnold was on Pluto and took his helmet off. How did he live after that? Cartoon logic, am I right? Okay, after that rabbit trail, yeah, we set goals. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Don't need to go all Leslie Jones style on you and just get completely distracted and talk about something else. We set goals. Alright? Some realistic, some extraordinary. Okay? Well, you set a goal to, take out the trash every week. There's some people who just want to know what's for dinner later. Why couldn't we just say that? It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like when you're sort of sick of All Star by Smash Mouth, but not really. Hey now. Okay, so this week's list is titled 5 Things That Sound Terrible Out Loud. Alright, at number 5. Spoken lyrics to 80s songs. Yeah, people don't want to let go at any price. Need you now like I need you then. Number 4. My resume. Number 3. That love letter you didn't proofread. Number 2. I will not rest until the customer is satisfied. And number 1. 5 things that sound horrible out loud. The word asset. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me. Oh, hi, Rod. So you take 6 weeks off. Come back. And don't include me in the episode. Well, I mean, there wasn't really a spot for you. No spot, nothing. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. Until next time, I'm going to be here. Check out my second channel, which I'll leave a link in somewhere down here. And I will see you next week. Okay, see ya.